So, a relatively frequent topic of conversation on this channel is how stupid PlayStation fanboys can be, and I don't mean for that to be a central talking point over here, it's just kind of how the chips have fallen. If you've been around for a while, you know that I used to be a lot more even-handed in my console fanboy spankings, but over the last 2-ish years, I'd say, things have gotten a little lopsided. But every time I try to rectify that, the PlayStation dudes remind me of why things have gotten this way, because I think it's pretty undeniable right now that out of all of the console fanboy fan bases, the PlayStation dudes are kind of the worst, because these are the kinds of people who will stare reality in the face and get mad about it because reality doesn't benefit their favorite corporation enough, despite the fact that their favorite corporation has spent the last decade completely erasing most of the goodwill the average gamer had for them, and it just makes the die-hard defenders look all the more pathetic. So the other day, a viewer named R Gaming sent me this link to a post from PlayStation Lifestyle, which has another link to an article titled PC players are still mourning PSN requirement 8 months on. And not only is this the dumbest article I've read this year so far, but it's also one of the dumbest threads I've read in some time on Twitter. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna read this article together, flasks in hand, and we're going to rip it apart, and then we're going to put on our hazmat suits and jump into the replies of the Twitter post, okay? Because as a PC gamer, this one just kind of pissed me off. It's one thing to be a corporate cheerleader for the most obnoxious company in the console war, but when you decide to start shaking your butt in the face of PC gamers because we're committing the grave sin of not wanting to give our information to a giant corporation that doesn't have great security, and also is now arbitrarily taking the game away from PC gamers around the world, get in the fucking spanking chair. It's been 8 months since Sony made PSN accounts mandatory for PlayStation games on PC, but players still aren't over the change. Whenever Sony announces a Steam port for a PlayStation game, players express shock and bewilderment that all hue and cry simply hasn't worked, and The Last of Us Part 2's PSN requirement is no exception. Yes, over the last couple weeks, a lot of people have been upset about the fact that The Last of Us Part 2 is going to require a PSN account to play on PC, despite it being offline, single player, and have no online component. The game is going to try and force you into the PlayStation ecosystem because PlayStation's ecosystem doesn't have impressive enough PSN numbers for the shareholders, and they gotta cheese their stats. That's really all this comes down to. But the catch there is that when you make the PSN requirement necessary for PC gamers, that means you have two regions that are in conflict with each other, because PSN is not available in all regions where Steam is available. So what's the number at now? 170 something countries that just don't have access to PlayStation games when they did before, and it's because Sony wants to require a PSN account but then not give them the option to have a PSN account. That on top of everything else that's annoying about Sony, like how untrustworthy they are with your personal data, and like how they've been keeping the game from PC players for a year or over 2 years, like it's some fucking prized turkey that we should be salivating over. It's just really fucking arrogant, and it annoys me because these games are so average. But there's plenty of reasons to be annoyed about PSN requirements in PC games, especially offline single player ones. And I'm sure you're going to do an amazing job properly representing the grievances that people like me have. When Sony first introduced the PSN requirement, there was a justified uproar because PSN isn't supported in a large number of countries, and linking PSN and Steam accounts from different regions was a nuisance. Oh yes, the uproar was justified at first because PSN isn't supported in a lot of countries, and that's different from today. How? Have you noticed that the problem hasn't gone away? The problem that you just called justified to criticize, it hasn't gone anywhere, and we're confused as to why the criticism hasn't stopped. Were you paid to write this? I really hope not. The company has since locked non-supported regions out of its games, meaning that PlayStation games on PC are now only available in countries where players are able to create a PSN account. Yet we see headlines expressing surprises as if all those Steam review bombing campaigns should have worked by now. First of all, I love how you paint this as a positive thing, that the game is now just removed from regions where there's no PSN, instead of being available in regions where there's PSN, and then you just, you can't play it after you pay for it, which is how it was working before. So yeah, I would call that an improvement, that Sony isn't just actively scamming anymore. But I like this second point. We're expressing surprise as if it should have done something by now. Yeah, if a lot of people are making a specific criticism for a long period of time and nothing changes, the criticisms aren't going to go away, and those people's grievances aren't going to go away, so you're going to keep hearing about it. This isn't strange. Oh, but God forbid Sony continues to do something wrong. That's the real issue. The issue isn't that people are criticizing still. The issue is that we're criticizing Sony. We were criticizing Sony before, and you agree that our grievances were justified before. But now 8 months later, those same grievances and those same criticisms are not justified anymore because I said so, basically. Majority of the complaints we see now are coming from folks who are able to create PSN accounts, so we're not quite sure what the issue is at this point beyond the fact that a large number of PC players aren't allowed to purchase PlayStation games anymore. Yes, we're not sure what the issue is at this point beyond the actual literal issue. Gosh, if only we could figure out what the issue was. It can't possibly be this thing that literally is the issue. It has to be something else. If Ghost of Tsushima has shown Sony one thing, it's that instituting the PSN requirement has had negligible impact on sales, if any. But weren't the PlayStation guys saying, like 5 seconds ago, that God of War Ragnarok was a flop on PC and we should stop the ports? Weren't we being told that PC gamers aren't actually buying PlayStation games? You should stop putting PlayStation games on PC because PC gamers don't buy them. But now, all of a sudden, when the argument suits you, oh gosh, don't PlayStation games sell so well on PC? I mean, Ghost of Tsushima, am I right, kids? God, it's just so annoying being a PC player and reading articles written by console fanboys. Because it's like, one day you'll be using us as a point against the other console, like we're on your side, like we're holding up your chair. But then the next article, when you feel like it, suddenly you're throwing us into the San Francisco Bay. I don't know why I chose that. That's the first body of water I could think of. And then the article ends like this. For those struggling to create a PSN account, here's a handy dandy guide. Yes, because PC gamers were criticizing the PSN accounts on PC games because we were struggling to make one. Nice, slick, very classy way to end this. But now let's go back to this post here from PlayStation Lifestyle when they tweeted out the article. I'm going to go through the replies of this because it makes me want to pee everywhere. I'm just gonna pee everywhere. I hate this thread. Darkborn says if they stopped pirating and hacking every game, maybe this wouldn't be the case. They need to get over it though. Okay, so PC gamers pirate games, right? PC gamers are just a bunch of pirates. We hate them. They don't buy their games. In response to the article that was trying to parade the sales of PlayStation games on PC around like a victory spike. Guys, which one is it? Do PC gamers buy the games or do PC gamers pirate the games? You have to pick one side. Rise says it's such a quick and easy thing to do. I just don't get it. You know what else is not hard to get and is incredibly easy to do? Understand other people's viewpoints and recognize that it's not about the literal creation of an account. It's about everything that count adds to your experience, positive and negative, once you make it. Was adding PSN to PlayStation single-player games on PC, was that a good or bad thing? What has changed since they started doing that? Well, the game's available in less regions, the games are selling less copies because they're available in less regions, and because now there's a lot of people who refuse to make an account, so you're losing a lot of sales where you would have had them otherwise. And now we also have the added issue that you've started to irk the PC player base by forcing them to make another account at a time where additional accounts and mandatory third-party accounts, the acceptance rate of new ones in the PC gaming sphere nowadays, it's just getting lower. We tolerated this stuff for a while. Those days are over. Those days are over. An additional third-party account, or God forbid a fucking launcher, like if PlayStation's actually considering that, a mandatory third-party link and or launcher is enough to make me not play the game now. And I know I'm not alone. So those are some negative things that have happened since PSN requirements were added to the PC ports of games. What positive things have happened? Well, Sony now has a higher monthly active user count for PSN because a bunch of people were forced in there arbitrarily. Like they didn't actually gain members, they just demanded more information from people who were already there. But now Sony gets to parade these rising PSN numbers around to their investors and get more money that way. That's one positive thing that's happened. But what about on the gamer side? What on the gamer side has gotten better since PSN requirements were added? Yeah, nothing. And you're the one paying for it. So Isn't that kind of bullshit? At Real Dornard says, reconfirming the entitled mega diaper babies that make up the PC master race. The entitled mega diaper babies, because we don't roll over and let Sony do whatever they want on this platform. We're entitled because we don't give Sony money for things we don't want. We're entitled because of that. Dog, you gotta stop riding your bike without a helmet. You gotta put the helmet back on. Sega Channel says, this is nothing new. PC gamers are known to complain about everything. Why they don't optimize games for us first, then consoles. It's completely valid criticism to ask why a version of a game is not optimized when others are. Like, what? Why so many launchers? Why is Epic doing deals on their storefront? Because additional launchers are really annoying, especially when additional launchers lead to paid exclusivity on launchers, and the launcher that's doing all the paid exclusivity is objectively worse and more expensive than the other one that the game would have been available on. You know, it's just a thought. Sounds like incredibly valid criticism to me. Why doesn't the game have FOV sliders? Yeah, if you launch a fucking first-person game, especially on the PC, without field of view settings, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? That's standard. Yes, that's valid criticism. It is a standard expectation because it is an obvious quality of life feature that has been on basically every PC shooter for the last 15 years. If you launch a shooting game without a field of view slider today, yeah, you're gonna get peed on. That's just the way it is. It's worse than consoles. Right, it's PC is just, the gamers, they complain about everything. It's so much worse than consoles. They just don't give their money to the corporations enough. They're just too attached to their wallets. The fuckers. Shoot them, Sony. Shoot them in the face. Luke Grabowski says, oh no, use a VPN. Why should you have to use a VPN for a single-player game? It's an offline single-player game. Why do you need a VPN for that? That's the whole fucking problem. And I gotta tell you, Sony games are just not good enough to do that. They're just like, oh, in order to play this game, you gotta download a VPN and convince the game you're somewhere else, so then you can buy it from out of country, and then you can play it after you make a PlayStation account and link your Steam account. Like, dude, I'm sorry, no Sony game is worth all that. They're just not that good. They're just not worth all that work. One more. George says they need to grow up. There are bigger situations in the world right now, and gamers are mourning this. Hilarious. That's right, kiddos. If there's ever a situation more important than the current situation, you're not allowed to care about the current situation. Even if the more important situation has absolutely nothing to do with you, and there's nothing you can do about it, even if you did know about it, even if you did care about it, even if you did feel the need to do something about it, you literally couldn't do anything about it. If there is ever a situation in the entire world like that, you're not allowed to criticize Sony. That's the way it be. Oh boy, I love this argument. It's like, hey, why is the corporation doing a really shitty thing? Hey, there's worse things happening. Shut up. Stop criticizing the corporation. There's worse things going on. Somewhere. Oh my god, it's just so pathetic. Why are you like this? Oh my god, look, PSN requirements on PC games is so fucking stupid. It is so fucking pointless. There is no reason for it other than so Sony can cheese their numbers, because they don't care about revenue. They don't care about how many people are actually playing their games. They care about how many of those people playing the games can be cheesed around on a PSN monthly active user chart. That's all this is about. So fiddlesticks to you, Sony. I'm going to do the Doofus Club shoutouts now. You understand me? The Doofus Club is the monthly it's my monthly active users. It's the fucking channel membership. It's 99 cents if you want to be a part of it. 99 cents a month. You get some emotes, you get some little shiny things next to your name, and you also get to be part of the Doofus Club shoutouts, which is where I read everybody's name in the Doofus Club membership list as fast as humanly possible in every single video, and it's getting really, really long. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna do this all in one take. This person's name is just cool, I got it. That one's Jason from Kentucky. Why is Jace from Kentucky up there? When did I click on you? Okay, Karumi the Steel Angel, Joe the Doofus Lamau, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I read, oh wait, Jace from Kentucky, Super Cow. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Smash Jump, Sergeant Jason Bond, Baron Von Vatterham, the Silver Dragon, Sirius, Joe said it close. Isn't that like Joe said it close enough? Fuck, I'm trying to do this quickly. Okay, I'm trying to do this quickly and everyone's name is too long. Okay, you're damn right I'm honest. Now I need a new name. Senzo Nakagi, True Texan 940, Hinoka's number one Saudi fan. Saving for motorcycle so I can only afford 1 month. That's okay. Thank you for sticking around. Creed Warrior 23, Furry Raptor 1, Max Idra Devastator 2000, Wild Gamer 3001, Wild Gamer 3001, Partial Mean A, Totally Insanity, Chap, so I joined the Doofus Club the other day. Vendetta, Autry, Voxaldo, on Envoy Law, Knight of Cypher, Black Cobra, Game Showcases, Cloaked Onyx. I own 4 copies of Rent. Click 2006 on Blu-ray. Why did I say Rent? Why was I thinking about fucking Rent? Reborn Mew with the fan art. What the fan art? Nick Cox. Ninox, Jesus. ML04, Don't Step on Snake, Wolf of Midnight, Game with Dead People, Stick Rider, The Cunt Connoisseur, Kev Dog, 1992, Pig Venus, The Beesum, Steve Wynn Studios, Phil McCracken, Biscuit 101, Anurag Gupta, The Hero Culture, Tom from Spokane, OM Gaming, Pope Raphael, The Rat King, Tariq Brown, Maxo 550. I'm pretty sure this one is still just saying that I have a really big penis. Yep, Joe has a really big peen. Elite, Bajavnik, Maganik, Thornskade, Ex Machina Gamma, Ono Alex is Cult Leader, Naguner, Severin Evans, Mr. Spawning 03, Nick Donegan, White Trouble, Donnie Weston. It's the Catalina frickin' wine mixer. Pow, pow. Rogue Winter 0901, I think that's where I was. Bobby Hinner, Hangman for Hire. This name that is absolutely not real. It's not real. Gegosh Zenchishikevik. Okie dokie. Grimsy, Gabba P. Frost, Crystal, Edge Knight 1789, Biogenesis, Eldon the Noble, Jimmy Chops, I Camp So, Floppy Pingus 97, Ian in Action, Michael Musial, Mega Key, Kushke, Ghost Ho, The Scruffy Skull, Vemtanga, The Judge 06, Ryu Sagi, Vasgro, Matt H, Omnis F 94, Blue Hook, Mr. Self-Destruct, Raptor Tim. I'm going to make a 1 hour Harmon video. Joe, well, there's a Steam Deck 2. There's a Switch 2 out now. I'm sure he's gonna have some wonderful takes about that soon. Bubbles from PPG, voiced by Louis Armstrong, Jody Breeze, Mr. Techno Squeak. I gotta go to page 2 now. Changing my name so Joe screams, I'm Ocarina. Where's your power armor? Snorlax in Joe's basement isn't that bad. Diego Garcia, make advertisement. Demetrius Papagiorno, Kibikins, I American Idiot, Boofner, Curbside Anthem sucks. JK, they're great. It's cool. They're great. I love them. Rebel Blood 80, Stephen Christensen, All Games Video. Join the Doofus Club. Wait, join the Doofus Discord. Mid-yard bad ball. Fuck. Yeah, join the Doofus Club Discord. Link is down in the description for the Discord. If you stuck around this long, you know there's a Discord. Console Sims Tears, Binary Deviant, Raven Bloodrot, also, oh goodness, where to go? Raven Bloodrot, also, Joe, you're awesome. Thank you. Henthai, what's happening? Where am I? Who am I? Help. Rand Roy, Stoical Mechanical Resonance, Extreme Wolf 7, Punk Music Sucks, no it doesn't, Joe Taku, Puddin' Tane, Joey Scoops, Jidge, Joe from Seattle, featuring, oh hi Mark, Hoppus, Westa, Wanna Be Hobo, Bill at 310 Char, Joe, yes Joe, read my name, read it, yes, louder, yes, Veg, Rob Seacred, and Alan Sprack, what is this, invest in the doofacy, not cork. Agreed. Yeah, Swax Enjoyer, the groovy banana. Fuck. Yeah, that's good. That's all good, but that's enough of that. Okay, thanks for joining the Doofus Club. Thanks for watching the video. Okay, toodles.